What's going on, everybody? It's boy JT and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings. I told you we're going to be here daily, kicking in for the final stretch of the transfer window, the January transfer window, which has been very, very quiet up until this point. But I promised you things were going to be starting to heat up now, which is why you're seeing the boys here every day to break down every little juicy bit of action. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the meat of the action. And the first story is surrounding a guy we were talking about yesterday, and as I said, I've been speaking an awful lot about recently, and that is this man, Bartolomej Dragowski. Goalkeeper, of course, we spoke about. Is Illan Meslier going to go to Celta Vigo? Are we going to need to replace him with Dragowski? What is the move we're going to make? Well, apparently Leeds' hand is being forced, and it does look like it is now or never for Leeds to make the move for the Spezia goalkeeper. These are decisive hours, it is quoted by this article right here, for the club and the player. In fact, Spezia are looking to drop him for their next game while they feel a permanent exit looks difficult. A loan move away from the club in January could be on the cards, and if you read between the lines, will be on the cards. Let's call a spade here. They want him gone. They realise that they're not going to really be able to keep hold of him till for the foreseeable future. Maybe they get 6 months maximum out of him. That's not good enough for them. They want him out of here. Leeds have been the favourites, but as it goes on to state here, Meslier remains the undisputed first choice goalkeeper for Leeds United since the Bielsa era, but it faces a point where he faces minimal competition from reserve keepers. Dragowski personally wants to leave Spezia, so Leeds can get him at a bargain price if they make the move. But will he be happy to play backup, as this article suggests? I don't think he will, because everything else I've been reading has been saying that it all will come by proxy of Illan Meslier leaving, which again doesn't make any sense to me. But why is this so urgent that Leeds make a move now? Well, because it's not just Leeds United interested in, because Greek giants Panathinaikos have apparently, supposedly, closed in on making a contract offer for Dragowski. The Whites could miss out on the shopstopper as Panathinaikos are closing in on him, according to Italian journalist Nicolo Sciarra. The Greek giants have offered Dragowski a contract in Athens running until the summer of 2027, so they're giving him what he wants. They're coming in now, they're coming in strong, and they're coming in hard, and they're telling him, listen, we've got a place for you here, come over to us, we'll pay your contract, we've got it set out, we'll get you on a good 3-year deal, and we'll see how it goes. Whereas Leeds are kind of Mickey Mousing about with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So for me, it does look like there is a big chance Leeds might miss out on this. Obviously, we'll see how things transpire over the coming 24 hours. Now, another news, another article which we were referring to yesterday was Mr. Ben Johnson. Will he be on his way over to Leeds United? It does seem like there are some interesting developments in that field. West Ham are apparently willing now to send him out on loan. Now, obviously, yesterday about the article, West Ham were quite strong on their stance that they would much rather sell him now as opposed to loaning him out or keeping him on the books, because he's going to be he's going to be going for free in 6 months' time, which is always the danger of letting a player run down his contract like this. However, they have now realised that the chances of getting a lot of money for him from a permanent deal are quite futile, especially due to, the lack of game time that he's had for West Ham recently. So, it does seem like a loan deal is something that they are now willing to entertain, because at least they can get him off the wage bill and they can save a little bit of money through the 6-month course that they put him onto. Now, is this a good move for Leeds United? He can play either side of the defence. It does seem like a move both Leeds and West Ham are starting to seriously entertain at this current moment in time. However, there isn't any concrete information suggests that Leeds have offered a contract just yet. So, as things stand, it's a good option, it's a good alternative, and things are progressing nicely in the Ben Johnson field. Now, speaking of another left back, this is one which has come completely out of left field for me, and it comes to do with two severe links that Leeds have had since the 49ers' reign in the Championship, really. We've had a strong link with getting former Spurs players. We've already got Rodon and Djed Spence, to name two, just this summer, and we also have a strong Welsh contingency, bringing 3 of them back in the summer that I can think of off the top of my head. Ampadu, Rodon, Dan James back off loan, and it does look like we are gearing ourselves up for another few of them. I mean, we're in for Connor Roberts, we're in for Neco Williams, we're in for Metham, and the newest suspect on the list is Ben Davies, which I find very, very interesting. And this is coming by way of Phil Hay, who is quoted saying, they also have a speculative eye on Ben Davies if changes to the squad at Tottenham Hotspur before deadline day make him a potential loan target. However, he then continued with a rather more damning line. It feels incredibly unlikely that Spurs would sanction such a move. And I agree with this. I don't know where these reports are really coming out of, but it's not just here. I've read it all over Twitter. I've seen it all over everywhere. Ever since Phil Hay kind of dropped that nugget, people have been going a little bit hog wild over Daddy Davies to Leeds United. I don't see it happening whatsoever to me. Speaking of further stories, and players that we already do have in the squad, Charlie Cresswell is one of them, and apparently Leeds United are seriously considering Charlie Cresswell offers with a new transfer potentially on the card. And this comes out of The Athletic, where once again Phil Hay is back at it again. The Athletic journalist claimed on the 17th of January that the 21-year-old has expressed his desire to leave Elland Road. This also comes after his father had notoriously come out a couple of weeks ago slating the club for his lack of game time. Valued at over £4 million by the Leeds hierarchy, while Daniel Farke does still want 4 centre-backs. So the club, Daniel Farke, is kind of going back and forward on this. He's like, yes, I would like him. No, I don't want him. I want to keep him at the squad, but then he doesn't want to play him in a cup game. It's all quite confusing stuff, really. Hay went on to write, their priorities have changed slightly in the past fortnight as a result of 2 departures, which were not wholly anticipated, alongside uncertainty over what comes next with centre-back Charlie Cresswell, which, you know, kind of backs up this kind of scattergun approach that's happening at Leeds at the moment. The Djed Spence news came absolutely left field out of nowhere. The Ayling debacle, you know, I'm not sure, you know, if you asked Daniel Farke a month ago, he probably would have said, yeah, I want to keep him in the squad. So the way everything happened and changes so quickly is ridiculous. I mean, Farke even came out, I think he was quoted saying something like, yeah, had I played him in the game a couple of weeks ago, then maybe he wouldn't have left. Like, it's all very confusing, and I don't understand why Leeds are taking so long in the market. It's still the 17th of January. We've lost 2 players, and we've signed 0, and we all came into this transfer window saying we need to strengthen the squad, not weaken it. So I don't understand what is quite going on right now. And then you compare that, conversely, to another story that I have right here. Leeds United's promotion rivals making transfer statement. That's right, not only have Southampton pipped us in the league currently by overtaking us, they've also overtaken us in terms of transfer activity as well, signing Joe Rothwell on loan from Bournemouth to bolster up their midfield. Dangerous signs for Leeds if we don't get our action moving quickly. Another news about Calvin Phillips potentially now moving over to Barcelona, so I'll keep you guys informed on that one if any news does come out. And just finally, another link between Leeds and Tottenham Hotspur is coming out after a Fabrizio Romano reveal. We haven't heard too much of Fabrizio Romano involved since we've gone down into the Championship. Obviously, Leeds are looking for a fullback. One guy who can play in fullback as well as centre-half is Japhet Tanganga. Fabrizio Romano came out saying Tottenham have not changed their position on Japhet Tanganga. Plans to recall the defender as he's never playing at Augsburg. A new loan is expected as Spurs want to find a solution for Tanganga. Leeds are getting linked with a lot of Spurs players. There seems to be a strong link there. Could Tanganga be the next one? And to be honest with you, I'm a lot more excited at the prospect of Japhet Tanganga than I am even of Daddy Davies. You know, I think that would be a phenomenal move, personally. I think he's a quality player, and I would love to see it. But as I said, I'll let you know how all of these moves transpire later on. But for now, guys, that is it. I will see you guys very, very soon. Let me know what you think about all of these deals down in the comment section down below. For now, guys, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir.